Jennifer Jones, Jones & Jones Realty. We're here with Mary Chisholm with MBC Recruiting. Hi Mary, how are you?
Hey Jen, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Good. So we're here to talk a little bit more about your business and give us a history about MBC Recruiting, what they do, and how amazing you help your candidates and your clients.
Absolutely. So MBC Recruiting is a perm placement staffing company, or perm placement company I should say, that works specifically with staffing companies to help them hire recruiters, salespeople, management, payroll, anything like that for their companies. So with that, I work with candidates and I place them into these new roles with these staffing companies. So kind of a weird concept because you think, why would a staffing company need an outside recruiter to help them? That's what they do, they're staffing. But I worked for a couple of companies prior to doing this for a long time, 12 years to be exact. And what I found is that both of them really needed assistance finding internal staff because they were so focused on finding staff for their clients in the specific niche that they were in that they needed an outside source to come in and help them find candidates for their internal spots, their recruiters and their salespeople. So MBC Recruiting was born about a year and a half ago, and what I do on a daily basis is I help candidates find positions, and I use
Matchmaker.
yeah.
So you're a job matchmaker,
Yeah.
So it's really interesting to hear, right? Because you don't think of a staffing company needing to hire staff, but after you're like, oh wait, yes, that's absolutely true.
Absolutely.
So Mary, tell us a little bit more about the process as you have a client who's looking for a candidate. How does that go? How do you go about
So
that?
typically, clients call me or I reach out to them, and what I do is I go through a process of getting to know them and exactly what they do, what they're looking for in a candidate, sort of the ins and outs of their business. Because if you think about it, there's so many variables in a workplace. It could be a big office, it could be a small office. They could be looking for somebody who's, going to put their nose to the grindstone and just go to work, or somebody who's kind of social. So there's so many different variables. So I work with the client and I really get to know what they're looking for and sort of what their challenges have been in the past, finding the right person. And then I put a recruiting strategy in place, and then I execute the strategy, and I try to find, just like you said with matchmaking, sometimes you have to go through quite a few people to get to that point where you found the right person. So my days consist of interviewing candidates over the phone and now via video, and really getting to know them and kind of what they're looking for, and then hopefully making the match between the candidate and the company.
So video has really transformed what you do, because you can really get to know people over the phone, but once you're face to face with someone, even though it is, video, you really get to understand body language and, maybe facial expression. So you talked a little bit about being in Sturbridge, but you can do this anywhere. So tell us a little bit more about what you do across the country.
I'm here in Sturbridge, but I do work all over the East Coast. I do work in Texas, I do work in California, but quite honestly, I'm here in Massachusetts. I'm part of the Massachusetts Staffing Association, and I like that and I like doing business here in Massachusetts quite a bit because I actually can visit my client's location. So we talk about culture and making the cultural fit, and one way for me to do that is to see the environment that the candidates are going to be placed in. So one of the benefits of doing business here in Massachusetts is that I can actually go out and I can meet the people that I'm doing business with and see their environment and get to know them better that way. But I love doing business elsewhere too, and having these relationships with my clients over the phone and being able to send them the right.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. It's so so widespread yet so local, which is really great. So tell us a little bit about what MBC Recruiting has in store for 2020.
Absolutely. So couple of changes coming. So for right now, what I do is I do all permanent placements. So all of the jobs that I have available are permanent. But in 2019, one of the goals is to really start doing contract placements as well. So that means that I'll have jobs available that'll be contract recruiters, contract inside sales people, contract payroll, and really that's to help both the companies and the candidates. And there's a time and a place for contract work, and some people are looking for it, some companies are looking for it. So I wanted to add that as part of one of the services that we can offer here at MBC Recruiting. And then the other thing is something that is sort of near and dear to my heart, and that is the career coaching piece. I do career coaching on a regular basis. I talk to people all day, every day about kind of prepping them for interviews, prepping their resumes, how to follow up, all of this stuff. So coming potentially in 2019 is an official career coaching kind of program, and that could be either in individual sessions or in classes. So that's just one of the things that.
And I think that's great to be able to offer such a wide variety of things for for the candidates too, and just people in general that need that coaching service, and you have plenty of experience to do that. You see on Facebook, LinkedIn, oh, who do you know that does resume writing? Who do you know that, does if I'm going to go on an interview, what tips that they have. And people are always searching for those resources, and won't it be great to have a local resource?
Absolutely, for sure. And I am really looking forward to doing that part, because that's, like I said, it's something that I've been very, very passionate about for quite a while now, so I'm excited to do it.
Well, you're in the right industry then.
I think so.
All right, Mary, thank you so much. And if you have any questions or you'd like to chat a little bit more with Mary, give her a call at MBC Recruiting at the number below, and we will talk to you soon.
Thank you so much for having me.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.